morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thanks for watching. Welcome back. We're here this morning at Cockroach Bay, of course. It's about 7 o'clock. We're actually waiting on Captain Christian Lugo. He's going to be with us again today with me and Jake. Normally we do a lot of our filming after our trips are done in the afternoons, but this time of year it's still cold here in Florida. The longer you can give those fish to warm up, if you've got good tides in the afternoon, take advantage of them. But we did something yesterday that I'm hoping we can kind of copy or reproduce today. So we've been working a lot lately with Tampa Bay Fishing Channel, and for those of you that don't know, that's Todd Fouché. And Todd is they make jigs. They make jigs. You can get your leader through them. You can get your cast nets through them. They've got apparel. They're carrying red bone rods, which I haven't seen in a long time, but that used to be one of my favorite rods. So anyways, yesterday, and no secrets, we were at the Skyway bridge on a trip. That's where we're getting bait. That's where we're doing a lot of our fishing this time of year. It's deeper, it's structure. The Skyway bridge is no secret. So what we did yesterday, and it really surprised, I shouldn't say it surprised me, but what we did was, instead of using our regular split shot rig, we stopped by and I talked to Todd, and we got a bunch of jigs from Todd. This is Tampa Bay Fishing Channel's Stewie jig. They call it their Stewie jig. If you notice the shape of the head, the lead on the jig, it looks like Stewie from Family Guy, if you've never seen that. The second model I want to talk about is the slacker jig. It's actually, the weight is on the shank of the hook. And this right here has been killer for us for pitching bushes for redfish, snook, great for snapper. What's going on back there, Jake? It's early, right? Great for snapper, really good for dead baiting grouper, stuff like that. And then the third one that we have here, they call the Huggy jig. If you notice the way it's sitting, the way I'm holding it, that's actually the way it sits on the bottom. Now yesterday what was really cool was we caught a lot of sheephead and snapper on the Stewie jig, but I ran out. I got hung up a couple times, we broke off a couple times, we lost some fish that broke us off. So I went to the Huggy jig, and I don't know what the difference was, but on this jig right here, we put 3 fish in the boat, 3 sheepshead in the boat yesterday over 18 inches on this one. This one we were catching a lot of quality fish, keepers. I mean, we wound up with like 17 keepers yesterday. But this one right here, I'm not gonna tell Christian this morning. I'm gonna try to encourage Christian to use this one, and I'm gonna sneak this one in just to see if maybe I figured something out. I think it's the way it stands up like that that's holding that shrimp up that really attracts them. Okay, so another exciting thing is we do have a promo code with Tampa Bay Fishing Channel. So if you're interested in these jigs, leader, cast nets, rods, you just have to go to their website and check it out. They carry a lot of stuff. So if you go to TampaBayFishingChannel.com and you use promo code BADFISH, that's going to save you 10%. And hey, in today's world, 10% is 10%. I'll take 10% all day long anywhere I go. And be happy with it. So but like I said, we're gonna get together. We've got a trip this afternoon, so we're gonna be at the bridge anyways getting bait. So we're gonna try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone this morning and put these jigs to work, fill the cooler with sheepshead before our trip, and just for us personally, and then we're gonna go pitch some bushes. And that's another thing, like I said, I touched on for a minute. I've been doing really well on the slacker jig for pitching bushes for redfish and snook and stuff like that. So what I'm really finding is these jigs, I have a whole box of them here, these jigs are replacing all of my hooks and split shots. And I know it might sound a little silly, but you know, to have a pack of hooks over here and this size hooks over there and that size for that and that size for that, and I gotta add a split shot. Here comes Christian. I gotta add a split shot. You know, that makes for a lot of tackle. When I can carry 1 jig box, this has made my life easy. So here's Captain Christian Lugo. He's gonna be ready to go. But remember guys, TampaBayFishingChannel.com, BADFISH, all caps for the promo code. You'll get 10%. And we're gonna go out this morning, and I'm gonna make sure Captain Christian gets the Stewie, and I'm gonna fish the Huggy, and we're gonna have a little contest, but he doesn't know it's a contest. It's an experiment. He has no idea. Let's go. Alright guys, so we made it to the Skyway. We were only there for a few minutes. I should have turned the camera on a little sooner to get the views of the ladies, to get the ladies subscribing, because Captain Christian was half naked out here. We're pulled up on the beach over here next to the Skyway because it took us all about 5 minutes to realize the plug wasn't in the boat, sitting under the bridge. So we'll throw a picture in there and show you how this joker laid over the back of his boat in the water. And it's like 48 degrees this morning, and put his plug in. I gotta give him credit though, my man, he figures things out. But we couldn't figure out why the boat was so sluggish this morning, but when you got a couple 100 gallons of water rolling around the back of it, I guess that does it. But
that could have been bad. For sure.
But maybe we'll do a show on how to, you know, that'd be a good one, dude. Emergencies on the water, how to deal with emergencies on the water.
That's right.
That was an emergency right there, guys. And we're good now. We're gonna head back to the bridge, get set up, show you guys these jigs, how they work, and like I said, we'll throw a picture in of Christian laying over the back of the boat. Maybe we'll get some of them women subscribing to us. So, all right, let's go fish, man. We're good now. All right, guys. So real quick, just our setups. You guys know our basic setups. Bull Bay Assault with the pin. What is this? 4,000. 15-pound braid, 20-pound Tampa Bay Fishing Channel fluorocarbon. You can also get your fluorocarbon from there. He's got really good prices on fluorocarbon. Christian's got the 3/8 ounce Stewie, and you know, I don't know if you guys can see, but basically that's how we're hooking them. Just tail hooking them. If they're going off real good, you can just use a half a shrimp. Break your shrimp into half. And I'm using the 3/8 Huggy. Yeah. So we're gonna kind of do an experiment, see which one they want better. Yesterday, both these jigs caught a lot of fish, but we did catch some bigger fish on the Huggy, so that's why I got the Huggy. But Christian said it was a numbers game. I said, nah, it's quality. He's about quantity. So let's drop them down and get going. So we both just got hit. Christian got cleaned off. I had a solid bite. I'll show you guys if I still got bait. Something got my bait. So something I like to do that I've learned actually this year, and I'm sure you probably know, Christian, is, I mean, you get those taps when you're fishing with shrimp on the bottom. Tap, tap, tap. It could be anything. It could be pinfish, could be, but when you get that one solid thump and you reel up, and I mean, I was using a good sized shrimp and like half the shrimp was gone, clean cut. To me, that's a sheephead. Yeah, it's a sign of this. You know, you gotta kind of learn how your baits look. Like even when we're pitching for redfish under the bush, and you bring it out and it's crushed. Yeah. You know that's a redfish. So kind of learn how these fish bite, and it'll help you target them. You'll know when you're in the right spot without even catching a fish sometimes. Oh, Christian's off. Just like that. Just like that.
He was on there. I didn't even really feel the bite, so. That's another thing. Sometimes you just don't feel the bite, and then when you reel your line into just to check to see how your bait looks or whatever, the fish is on. So
it almost feels like a rock sometimes. But if you lift up slow and you feel the weight on the rod, you'll actually feel like the pump of his tail. Yes. Like you'll feel the rod. You know, you'll have weight, but the rod will actually be kind of slowly bouncing like this. And don't get too excited with these. These are J hooks on these jigs, but kind of like some of the other sheep's head shows we do, we don't really set the hook on them. You just kind of reel into them when you feel the weight and slowly lift, and that hook will find its way in between all the teeth and everything else, and you'll be good. Yeah.
You exaggerate that hook set, that you're just going to pull the hook right out of the fish's mouth. So
got a dolphin around this little snapper. That one is not legal. I don't keep. We really try, guys, too. Unless we're on a charter. If it's a charter and it's a legal fish and people want to keep it, we keep it. I mean, that fish isn't legal. But when we're doing this for fun, you know, we try to still let those barely legal fish go. That was another Mike quote, Christian. limit your catch, don't catch your limit. Makes a lot of sense. Solid fish here, guys. Either a lot of bluefish out here right now. Another bluefish. Hey, look at the bluefish chasing him. But still, man, it's nice with that jig head for stuff like this because these bluefish are toothy. And that jig head kind of acts as your leader a little bit, you know what I mean? Bluefish at the bridge. Watch your fingers with these guys because they have got some chompers. We're going to get him off and get him back. See if we can get past these guys to get a sheephead. Christian got hit. Catching fish, catching fish. Bluefish is fishes, dude.
On the huggy.
Open fish on the huggy. It's amazing out here, man. One day it's all one thing,
There's one thing about fishing, man. Sometimes you're gonna go out and you're looking to catch a certain species. Sometimes it just doesn't work out.
That's the biggest part about what we do as captains is we're out here a lot, so we try to duplicate days and spots, and and eventually that spot's going to run out, it's going to dry up, the fish are going to move, something's going to change. But that's the difference between and not knocking a guy who fishes on the weekends, because everybody just fishes when they can,
right?
And I understand that, but that's the difference. Is obviously we have a lot more spots probably, but you got to be willing to change. You got to be willing to, in the middle of your day, target a different species, because like I said, I mean, we don't always catch rocks. Sometimes we do. We don't always, we're not always on the fish. You just got to be willing to change it up quick. Yesterday this was all sheep's head, but it was a little later in the day, so that tide was a little different. Right now this tide is ripping, and I mean, so far we got snapper, we got the bluefish are here thick, and it's still a fun time, but we wouldn't be.
Perfect right there. It's all about having fun.
Yeah, it is, dude.
You go out, you're not catching what you're looking to catch. As long as you're catching some kind of fish, I mean, and having a good time, that's all that matters.
No bluefish. Let's see.
That's a sheephead, bro.
Yeah, that's a sheephead. Gotta be. There we go. That's a nice one too, dude.
Yeah, it is.
That's a nice one. There's the target species.
On the huggy.
On the huggy jig.
Perfect hook set. Look at that.
Look at, yeah, I don't know what it. I really don't know what it is about these, man. I know everybody tries to go super light with sheep's head because of their teeth. That's a big sheephead, dude. That's a good one.
Yeah.
But these things get them right in the corner, guys. And don't be. That's a nice fish, dude. Are we keeping these? We got a trip this afternoon. Yeah, we'll throw it in the box, dude. But we've been sitting here catching a lot of different species. I mean, we got bluefish, we got snapper, we got sheephead, and we're getting a lot of little tap bites. Don't get discouraged when you're feeling those little bites, because what that's doing is that's drawing attention to your bait. And yeah, they're gonna pick some of them off, but he's going in the box anyway. But when you're getting those little bites, it's drawing attention to your bait, and eventually a bigger fish is going to see all the commotion, and he's going to come over and take a look, and when he swims up, he's going to get the bait. Yeah. I mean, he's going to push everything else out of the way and get it. I don't care if it's snapper, grouper, sheep's head, redfish, whatever you're targeting, that bigger fish is going to come in. If he wants to eat it, he's going to push everything else out of the way. So just like I said, I mean, there's obviously sheephead here. We're going to stay at it, but these jigs have made a difference for us, guys. I mean, they've pretty much replaced every split shot in my box. I mean, he's got a great variety and stuff like that. So if I can carry less tackle and I can use quality tackle that works, then that's what I'm going to use. And we're gonna tell you guys when we find something that works for us, because we want it to work for you. And these work.